Dharma incomparably profound and infinitely eternal is verily and even in 100,000 billion kalpas now be it spirit receive and maintain it. May complete realize the Bhagavatam's true meaning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can everybody hear me? Today I want to say something, beginning the talk, something about the sound that we hear before we do our meditation. And actually the sound that we hear is the Boncho, or it's the bell and the video that you see, and the sound of somebody striking the bell, and that bell is our Boncho. And the Boncho, it was actually given to the Zen Center, I think around 1977, and it was a donation from a Rinzuen, which is a Hoitsu Suzuki or Suzuki Roshi's a home temple Rinzuen in Japan. And I remember in the bell coming in, actually a wooden crate, and it arrived, and I think we put it on the foyer or the porch of the Sangha house, and everyone was excited to open up and to see what was inside. At that time, I think we waited for Hoitsu Suzuki. So Hoitsu Suzuki came over from Japan for the installation of the Boncho. And so the Boncho actually is the same size, and it's the same sound as the bell in the Hato or in the Dharma hall at Eiheiji. So it's the same size and the same sound of it, the Hato bell. So Eiheiji is like the Vatican or the head of our Soto lineage in Japan. And let's see here, on the hold on. On the side of the bell actually is inscribed a Sonoma. So for a temple, for a Sonoma Mountain Zen Center, is the relative, symbolizes the relative. So it's the place, the address, the Sangha house, someplace in Sonoma County. And Sonoma ma means as it is, or Sonoma means also the characters of Sonoma means ancestors capable of grinding and polishing. So the relative name of the Zen Center, Sonoma Mountain Zen Center, and then the absolute, which is now, or which is now and includes the past, present, and future, is actually Genjoji. And Genjoji is arising, the present moment, arising or accomplishing of this present moment right here and right now. The bell, when it is sounded at Eiheiji, when the bell was sounded, there's a small Kinhen Roku. There's a small alley that wraps around the Soto. The Soto is actually the Zendo, and that's where you eat, sleep, and sit. The department around the Soto would gather in this hallway, and so after meditation, then all the practitioners, there's probably about 200 people would come from the Soto and then go up the stairs, these flights of stairs, and we would see all the people walk by, and you weren't supposed to look at them. And of course, this was at nighttime, or actually early morning. I remember it was very dark, and early morning was like 3:30 or 4 in the morning. And you could see in the courtyard, you could see the trees, you could see actually the stars in the sky, and then you can see lights that appear across the monastery, facing actually the daikun, which is the kitchen. So you could see many lights turn on, and then people getting up in the morning. So we would stand in shashu, and then we would bow to the whole assembly, or the daishu, as the daishu approached and actually walked these stairs. And the stairs are many flights of stairs to go up to the hato. So the hato bell would ring, and then we would bow and see all the people walk by. And when they would walk by, you know the people by the names on their slippers, and then you would quickly get in line, depending on what department that you're after, and then go up to the hato. So that's when the ringing of the bell. I wanted to talk about I guess Dogen's. Dogen is the founder of Eiheiji, and then Dogen, Eiheiji's around 850 or close to 1,000 years old, and Eihei Dogen, he was born in 1200, and during the Kamakura period in Japan, they had epidemic, they had catastrophes, they had actually a lot of fighting and upheaval during that time. So Dogen was born in 1200. And his parents, due to all these things that happened in Japan, his parents passed away, and then he turned to Buddhism. So at the age of um, at the age of 13, he was ordained as a monk, and then he went to Mount Ie and practiced there. And at Mount Ie, what he learned is that that all beings are Buddha. But then Dogen had the question: if all beings are Buddha and all are enlightened, then why do we have to practice? So he went to many teachers um, and asked them, and no one could actually answer his question. And so he, I think it was through his uncle, the mother's brother. He found out about a teacher. His name was Esai, and Esai was at Kaninji, and Kaninji's in Kyoto. So he went to Esai and studied under Esai, and Esai was the first person to bring actually Rinzai Zen back to Japan from China. So during that time, then Dogen traveled to China and went with Myozen, was a student of Esai, and during that travel, then Dogen was looking for the authentic practice to bring back to Japan. And so in let's see here. So Dogen's search for a teacher remained unfulfilled until the death of Wu Qi, when Zhu Jing at Tiantong Temple was installed as abbot. At their first meeting, he met Tendo Nyojo, and Dogen knew he had found the authentic teacher or the authentic teaching. He had been searching for a Zhu Jing, and he had found his spiritual heir. Under strict monastic discipline and resolving and resolute sitting, Soto were the core of Zhu Jing's teaching. Dogen quotes his teacher in the records of Pao Ching era. To practice Zazen under a master is none other than to cast off body and mind. It is doing single-minded Zazen, that is Shikantaza, no burning incense, no prostrations, no invocations, no reading sutras. To cast off body and mind is to sit in Zazen. When single-minded Zazen is practiced, the 5 desires will disappear and the 5 defilements will be gone. Dogen attained great enlightenment, casting off body and mind after severe and disciplined training under Zhu Jing or Tendo Nyojo's careful supervision. He received the seal of authenticating his enlightenment from Zhu Jing, and it was as Zen master in the Soto lineage that he returned to Japan in 1227. And then this is what also Dogen wrote. I did not, this is Dogen now. I did not visit many Zen temples when I was in China. Very naturally, I was able to meet my teacher, Tendo Nyojo, and immediately recognize that the eyes are horizontal and the nose vertical. Ever since, I have not been deceived by others. Thus, I came back to my native land with empty hands. Hence, I have no Buddha Dharma as such, not even a little hair of it. Trusting my karma, I let time take its course. Morning after morning, the sun appears in the east. Night after night, the moon sets in the west. When clouds disappear, mountains appear. After the rain shower, the four mountains are low. After all, what is it? So this the eyes are horizontal and the nose is vertical is very very interesting. It's interesting, but it's something that uh, we cannot conceive of. So when we sit zazen, it's something that we learn, but we do not learn through the thinking or the studying of it, or through our conditioned mind or conditioned way of being. So it's something that's the eyes are horizontal and the nose is vertical. It's something that's very very mysterious, or it's actually something that's wordless, that cannot be it cannot be conceived by our thinking mind. In the passage, let's see here, I'm finding I have to take off my glasses on and off because I can't see the words. In this casting off body and mind, the Shinjin Datsuraku, is mind and body drop off. So again, going back to practice Zazen under a master is no other than casting off body and mind. The Shinjin Datsuraku is doing single-minded Zazen. When single-minded Zazen is practiced, the 5 desires will disappear and the 5 defilements will be gone. So this returning to this, it's actually the body, or our body, or our human body is actually it's not actually a hindrance to actually experience this true awakening, or experience the entire universe. So there's two ways of studying, and in this 2 ways of studying, Dogen writes, let me see here. There are 2 ways to study the way, and one way is to understand it with the mind, and then the other way is to study it with the body. To study it with the mind is called Shingakudo, is to study with all the various aspects of the mind. The conscious mind, the cosmic mind, the transcendental mind, and so on. It also means that after arousing the thought of enlightenment through cosmic resonance, You devote yourself to the great way of the Buddhas and ancestors, and you learn daily activities with awakened desire for enlightenment. And the other is actually the body that's described by Dogen. And this is the Shingakudo, is the study of the way with the body, to study in and through the naked bodily whole. The body comes forth from the study of the way, and that comes forth from the study of the way is all body. The entire universe is precisely this very human body. Birth and death and coming and going are the true human body. By moving this body, we shun the 10 evils, uphold the 8 precepts, devote ourselves to the 3 treasures, and enter the monastic's life through renunciation. This is the real study of the way. Consequently, it is called the true human body. So this dropping off of body and mind is actually it's to let everything go. So when we sit zazen, we actually, it's like resetting a computer. We reset our thinking mind. We reset the not thinking mind. We let go, actually, just in the present moment. We let go of all the conditions of our self, or who we think we are. We let them go. When we take the seated posture of zazen, we let go of good and bad. We let go of delusion, enlightenment. We let go of the thought of what life is or what death is. And we aim at the posture of zazen wholeheartedly. And this wholeheartedly, then we let go then all the conditions, or all the you would say all the things that we wear, or the things that we're conditioned by. So this is the Shinjin Datsuraku and Datsuraku Shinjin, mind and body, a drop off. To So to study the way is actually to return to the home and laws of all the Buddhas. So in the laws and the home actually of all the Buddhas is actually to study, is to sit and to return to actually the self. To study the self is to forget the self. And then when we forget the self, then we're enlightened by the 10,000 things of the universe. And to be enlightened by all the things of the universe, when we have no self, is to actually cast off the body and mind of the self, and as well as of others. So this is when we aim when we aim this way, then all things are realized, and then we transcend, you would say, all the opposites, and we transcend the sacred and the profane, and we fuse them within this dropping off, and then the universe is to cast off the body and mind of self as well as others. Even the traces of enlightenment are wiped out, and life with traceless enlightenment goes on forever and ever. There's another so this coming back to Dogen's expression about eyes and nose being horizontal and vertical respectively is simply an abbreviated way of saying that all things function in their own position. And moreover, that in itself is equality, or the balance of all things. Here there is no line drawn between level, just, balanced, and their opposites, askew, unjust, or unbalanced. Not level is at the same time level. It surely is no good for an eye to act like a nose. Each and every part, by functioning as it naturally functions, is protecting and maintaining its position. Here, there is a true settlement without any comparison to anything else. I just being myself, and what it is crucial here, there has to be a sense of resolving to do what we intuitively feel is most vital and what we need to be doing, whether anyone recognizes us for it or not. It is when we carry out actions that are total, the kind of actions that connect with all things in the universe, that cause and effect or arising and decaying have no bearing. There's a, when we do Zazen and we take the posture of Zazen, we have, we have our head, we have our mudra, we have our hands and our legs, and these actually are all, you would say, all the individual pieces or the parts of Zazen. And when each part functions on its own or takes its place or its position within Zazen, then it creates actually the Zazen body or the Zazen posture. When the mind and body drop off, then actually the whole entire body of Zazen, or all these parts come together, and then they make or create the Zazen body. And this whole body then is the entire universe, actually, when we feel, when we are just taking the posture of Zazen. So it's like when the Tenzo Kyokan rolls up the sleeves to do work. This is actually the activity of all things, that when we do the activity, then actually all work or all the activities do us at the same time. Let's see. I have one thing I want to read. Life can be likened to a time when a person is sailing in a boat. On this boat, I am operating the sail, and I've taken the rudder. I am pushing the pole. At the same time, the boat is carrying me, and there is no I beyond the boat. Through my sailing of the boat, this boat is being caused to be a boat. Let us consider and learn and practice just this moment of the present. At this very moment, there is nothing other than the world of the boat. The sky, the water, the shore have all become the moment of the boat, which is utterly different from moments not on the boat. So life is what I am making it, and I am what life is making me. While I am sailing in the boat, my body and mind and circumstances and self are all essential parts of the boat. And the whole earth and the whole of space are all essential parts of the boat. What has been described like this is that life is the self and the self is life. Thank you. May the merit of this penetrate into each thing in all places, so that we, with all sentient beings, together realize the Buddha